Scroll BizBuySell's for 5 minutes, and what do you see? Restaurants, dry cleaners, franchises, retail shops, the same old stuff, and usually overpriced junk. But here's the truth. Where's the real money? It's hiding in the niches. I'm not talking about HVAC, not talking about plumbing. These are way too crowded now. PE is chasing them all day. I'm talking about radon mitigation or crawl space encapsulation or trash bin cleaning routes or wildlife removal or, did you know, solar panel cleaning. These are the kinds of businesses most people scroll right past. But think about this for a second. Would you rather fight over an HVAC company at 4x earnings and 15 offers, or pick up a crawl space company at 2.5x that prints cash because nobody else thinks to look at it? Hi, I'm Jon Stoddard from DealFlowSystem.net. I've helped buyers close $33 million in deals and raise $50 million in funding. If you're working full-time and you want to buy a business without wasting years chasing junk deals, this video is for you. Because here's the problem. Only 4 to 6% of people who start the journey ever close. Why? They're chasing the same obvious stuff everyone else is chasing. This video is going to rewire how you search BizBuySell. So when you filter by your state or your SDE range and an oddball shows up, you'll know how to see it for what it really is. It may be your goldmine. All right, part 1, why filtering matters. Here's what most people don't get. You don't end up with thousands of listings once you set your filters. You're going to pick your region, you pick your profit range, and suddenly you've got maybe 10, 20, 30 deals to look at. And here's the kicker. Most of them aren't going to be HVAC or plumbing or roofing. So now you've got a choice. Do you say, not for me, close the tab, go back to work, or watch TV? Or do you stop and ask, wait a minute, is this niche actually doable? Is this something I can learn, run, and grow? That's the fork in the road where 90% of buyers walk away. But the 10% who lean in, that's where the wins happen. Part 2, what you'll actually see. Here's some examples. Let me give you a feel for what pops up when you filter. Like environmental stuff like radon mitigation or crawl space encapsulation or mold remediation. Businesses, inspectors love to refer out. Or something like wildlife work. Exclusion jobs like get rid of bats or raccoons. Let me tell you, nobody shops price when a raccoon's in the attic. Or concrete and structural like slab jacking with polyfoam rigs or foundation repair or basement waterproofing. These are high ticket, specialized moat businesses. And they've got reoccurring route work like trash bin cleaning, chimney sweeps, solar panel cleaning with pigeon proofing. These have AOA contracts and subscription revenue. You'll even see the way out there stuff like crime scene cleanup, medical waste pickup, ADA retrofits for seniors. Now, I'm not saying you'll find all of these on the first search or one search, but if you filter for your state and your cash flow target, these are the kinds of oddballs that show up. And remember, just because you've never done it doesn't mean you can't own it, learn it, and do it. Part 3, why niches win? Okay, so why even look at these? Number 1, you got less competition. Fewer buyers, bidding means better multiples, like 2 to 3 earnings instead of 4 to 5, which you'll see in HVAC now. Number 2, reoccurring contracts like inspectors, HOAs, property managers. These niches have baked in renewals. Number 3, barriers to entry. A lot of these have specialized equipment, licenses with the state, or training to keep amateurs out. And number 4, banks love them. They're easy to explain, tied to safety or health, and SBA lenders get it. So think about that for a second. A business with less competition, predictable renewals, and banks willing to finance. Why would you scroll past that? All right, part 4, how to hunt smarter on BizBuySell. Here's how to do it. Step 1, set your region. Buy where you want to live or operate. It's really difficult to operate a SMB outside your state or 500 miles away. Step 2, Filter by revenue or SDE. Pick the profit level that lines up with your down payment, SBA math, and the income you need to attain. Step 3, ignore restaurants, ignore, retail, just skip that stuff. Step 4, and when an oddball pops up, dig deeper. Send an inquiry, sign the NDA, get the SIM, look at the model, ask how much is reoccurring, what licenses are required, how many texts or routes it takes. And here's a little hack. Use keywords to find these, like type in things like radon or crawlspace or wildlife or chimney or polyfoam or solar cleaning, ADA septic or biohazard. That's actually your backdoor into niche listings. Go to ChatGPT or Grok and ask, like, I need some niche service-based companies in my area. And it'll list them. And then you do a search for that on BizBuySell. Part 5, how to analyze an industry. Here's the next step you need to take. Once you find a business in your results, don't just judge the listing. Analyze the industry behind it. Get back on ChatGPT, Gemini, or Grok and start asking these questions with prompts. What actually drives demand in this industry? Is it urgency, like wildlife or the attic? Or is it regulatory, like radon mitigation during a home sale? Who are the customers? Homeowners, B2B, B2C, property managers, or HOAs? And how often do they buy? Is this a one-off project where I have to dedicate more marketing every time to get a new customer? Or is it an annual contract that renews automatically? And are there any tailwinds to the industry, like aging populations driving accessibility and retrofits, or solar growth creating panel cleaning demand, or reduction in demand because there's no more subsidies? Ask that. That's how you go from, I don't know this industry, to, oh, this is predictable, bankable revenue, I can understand. Now think about that for a second. You don't need to know how to encapsulate a crawl space or remove a raccoon yourself. You just need to know people willing to pay for it. That's the mindset shift I want to talk about. You're not just buying a business, you're buying into industry characteristics. And if the industry lines up, that's your green light to dig deeper because you may have found a gold mine. Part 6, here's some real stories. Let me give you a quick story here. One student was looking at med spa with ugly books. Everyone skipped over it. We dug in, found $200K of ad backs. She was using the business as a personal piggy bank. I mean, she did not even have a business checking account set up. Like, we pitched this to banks. They wanted to fund it quickly. Another student, Scott, was choosing between a catering company and a one-product business. The catering definitely looks safe, in business for over 20 years, but he applied Charlie Munger's contrarian thinking. And he picked the one-product company. Guess what? It's actually growing faster. Tom bought a security systems company with reoccurring contracts. Right at that time, PE ignored it. Like, he's pulling in stable, predictable cash flow. What about concrete lifting? Like, I had a guest on here, added property manager referrals, doubled revenue inside a year. And here's one of my favorites. A guy in Indiana I knew of bought a porta potty business. There is nothing sexy about that. It's smelly business, right? You're cleaning other people's crap up. But guess what? It was doing $2.3 million in revenue with 50% margins. That's the definition of ugly, but profitable. The point is, the oddballs turn out to be winners when you look a little deeper. Part 7, motivation to lean in. Zig Ziglar said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And Jim Rohn, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines. Practice every day, again and again, till it becomes a habit. For you, the discipline is simple. Start 15 to 30 minutes a day searching BizBuySell with smart filters. And then loop back here. You don't need 20 deals. You don't need 5. You need one. One niche business that everyone else skipped over that keeps throwing off cash for you and your family. All right, part 8, practical application. So here's your takeaway. Focus local, start with geography, filter for the right SDE range. Don't dismiss those oddballs. Dig into them. Analyze the industry type behind the business, like the demand drivers, customer type, or purchase frequency, and tailwinds. You don't have to be an expert on the industry. You can get AI like ChatGPT to do that for you today. Look for reoccurring contracts like route density and licensing modes. And think like a PE roll-up operator. Radon plus crawlspace plus mold remediation, that's one indoor air quality platform business. And you don't need thousands of choices. You just need one that fits. All right. If you found this video useful, smash that subscribe button. And if you're serious about buying your first business, head over to my site, dealflowsystem.net. That's where I will show you how to find, fund, and close your first business the smart way. I'm Jon Stoddard, and I'll see you on the next one.